Please join me in welcoming Lori Nasu.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. I'm very excited to be here. Can you hear me okay out there?
Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, well, as Cindy said, I love making boxes, so I have a few different kinds of boxes that I'll be showing you. I also have a gift card slider that I'm going to be showing. I used to love to make these sliders with using hot cocoa packets and use a ribbon and you can slide it. So today I decided I'm going to do a gift card holder. Of course, I am using my new favorite set, which is Snow Place, because as soon as I saw the penguin, I thought I have to get this set. This was the first set I got out of the holiday catalog. It's so cute. And I love snowmen too for Christmas. Okay. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay. So what I did was I have written down the very quick instructions and dimensions on a piece of paper like this. So maybe if you want to, you can jot down any notes that you'd like to take. The first thing I'm going to do would be the gift card slider. So what I've done is I'm using some of the holiday paper, and I'll be using my notes also here. So my inside slider, what I did was I cut some very vanilla, and I cut it to 3 1/8 by 5 3/4. Okay. Then I scored it at 2 inches the long way. So when I say long side, I go like this, and I scored it at 2 inches. Then what I did was I used my tear tape. And on the short side, that's a 2-inch flap, I'm going to put my tear tape closer to the edge of the pocket. Okay, this is going to become my pocket. So I'm going to put it a little closer to the edge. What I did was I just made it, I got like a gift card. I figured out about how wide I wanted it, and then I just added enough so that if I did put tape on it, it won't be so tight for the pocket. That's all I did. So then all I need to do is pull off the top part of the tear tape, okay, fold it over, and then I have my pocket here. Okay, so that would be like so. Okay, and you can stamp some sort of greeting on the pocket part itself. So let's see, I'm just, wait now, let me just put, this one says, may your season sparkle, and I'm just gonna put this right here. You can stamp anything you want. Okay, now, so that's the inside. For the outside, I just have designer paper. I have it cut to 6 7/8 by 4. On the long side, I scored it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. So 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. So it's going to leave you a little bit of a flap here. Okay, so let me find this here. Okay, so I'll do that. And fold this side here. Okay, so I have a little flap here. And I'm going to add my tear tape right there at the edge. Okay. Tear tape. I will tear the tape. Okay. And once we get this off, I fold the small flap and then fold it over. Okay. So this is going to be my cover. What I like is to put like a ribbon through it. So I love this one was called the Curvy Corner Trio, and it had a small little slot on it too. So I thought, oh, that'd be really cute to use. So it has little grooves on either side here, and all I did was I just put it sort of in the middle, you know, and then just push down. Okay, and then I have the slot right there. I have the Real Red. This is like a cotton ribbon that we have. Okay, so what you can do is just put it right through this. So I'm putting it through both. Okay, then I'll just go like this. Then I get my inside. Maybe I'll just stick this in here like so. Then I'm going to slip it into the top and just slip it right in here. Oops. Okay. And push it all the way down. Okay, so now I'm going to hold the top, push it all the way down so it's in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and tie both ribbons together here. Okay, so that's going to make my knot. Okay. All right, so this is pushed all the way down. I tie my knot here. If you have, I like to, this is about maybe 14 inches of ribbon. If I make it exactly how much I need it, and I don't know if you ever tried, but sometimes I'm all thumbs. I like it a little longer, and then once I tie it, I can go ahead and trim off a little bit like that, okay? So when I pull it, okay, that'll come out like this. And of course I need to use the penguin that is so cute. So what I did was, just to make a simple front, I put down here, I have like a bottom layer and a top layer. So the bottom layer was 2 1/4 by 2 3/4, and the top layer is 2 by 2 1/2. Usually I like to just go like 1/4 of an inch difference so that there's a little bit border that you can see. And then just using my snail, I'll go ahead and add this, okay, for border, and then go ahead and add this to the middle, okay, and so for this one, the snow place, we have the thinlits that is called Snow Friends. So all I did was I stamp it, and I really like this archival, the black stamp pad that we have. So I stamped it in that, colored in orange, okay, and then so I am going to mount it with Stamping Dimensionals, just to add a little bit of 3D. Okay, so we'll add it to my little penguin. Okay, so I'll put him here, and then just wanted to add a little bit of bling. So with the red glimmer paper, cut out the little earmuffs. I love glitter too, but I decided usually when I use my glue pen, and I like to put my Dazzling in Diamonds, my glitter, in like a little Tupperware or something like that. And I use a little spoon, and I usually, put it on, but I always get it all over me somehow. I mean, it's on my face. At home, it would get on the dining table or something, then my sons would get it somehow on them, even if I try to clean it. So today I thought I'm gonna use like our glimmer paper, because these are really great, the glitter stays on. And then let's add just a little earmuffs on it. Okay, and there we have our little, very easy and quick gift card holder. That's just a little interactive, so it makes it kind of fun. Okay, so that's this one, very fast, thank you. Okay, next one, Bath and Body, can I say brand names? Okay, anyway, they came out with a new size of pocket back hand sanitizers. So they used to have the tall, thin ones, and then I saw this one it's really a neat shape. So I thought, okay, now I have to change my my favor box, because now it's a totally different shape. So what I'm doing, wait, let me close this so I don't jam this. Okay. So what I did was I first just decided what size I needed this to be, and then I added 1/2 inch on both sides, because what I wanted to do is make a little container that it will just fit in, slide in like so. Okay, and also something that I didn't need to use Velcro or make another belly band or something, so I just have it so that I can just tuck this behind the penguin, and I kind of have like a little igloo, okay, like so, using our brick texture folder. Okay, so let me show you that. So this one, I like to make templates on my own. So that when I have to make more, all I do is I make a template like this. So my initial one, I would cut it at 2 5/8 by 9 3/4. And then the long way, I scored it at 1/2, and I have it written on the paper just in case. 1 1/2, 3, 4, 6 3/4, and 7 3/4. So my templates, when I make it for myself, I make one like this. I actually have all the score lines. I actually put the numbers on here, what the size I had to cut out, and I even put the igloo front. So really, if I didn't have my directions with me, if I just have my template, I can just use everything off of this. I've already cut out, I have it over here in the directions, but I measure 1/2 inch on either side, and then I would cut with an X-Acto knife 2 here and right on the score line, so I have a rectangle. So now when I have my template, when it's time for me to make more, I just pre-score. And a hint would be, if you were to go ahead and cut your 8 1/2 by 11 by 9 3/4, then go ahead and score the whole thing. Then go ahead and cut it at 2 5/8. Then you're not going and scoring like, you know, if you had to make like 20 for a swap or something like that. At least you have all the scores and you can get several off of one sheet, okay? Then, if I have my template, all I have to do is match up, like so. Get a pencil, just mark down 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, like so. Okay, go ahead and cut out where I need to, so I don't even have to think. You know, it's already like there for me. And then what I will have, ooh, magic. I have something like this already cut out, just to make things a little quicker. Okay. Okay, so now putting it together. I am gonna fold everything towards the middle. I mean, all one way. Fold it, fold it, fold it. Okay, so you can see it's already making like the box, like so. I am gonna put some tape over here. Let's put the tape. Okay. I usually like to put things closer to the score line, because then once you have it folded, and you know, if you keep opening it and everything, when it's closer to the score line, that part stays, you know, more flush to the base itself. Okay. Oops. Okay. So to put this together, I'm going to fold it down here, which I've described here. Fold the small flat, and then I fold the third score line, which would be 1, 2, 3. Fold it here, and then just make it flat, like this. So that when you open it, okay, it's already formed the box, like so. Okay, I can stamp a little saying over here, and then I love, there's a little one, and it says, "May your season sparkle." And I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to be using a sparkly penguin, and this was from this one here, Sparkly Seasons. Okay, so this one, "May your season sparkle," and I just wanted just a tiny greeting here. So I'm actually going to stamp it right in the middle where the top part is over here. You could stamp it up there, but I'm just going to do it right here. Your season sparkle. Yay! Okay, so now what I want to do is on the front, I ran like a postcard size through the bricks. Okay, and then I have the measurements here, but I cut it just so that it fits the front cover up here. This one here. Sorry, showing up there. Okay, so once I have that. Okay, and I was trying to see if I could make it like rounded and everything, and I thought, you know, I just need the hint of an idea that this is, you know, like bricks. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape this here onto here. Okay. So go ahead and put this on the front cover. Okay, like so. And I wanted sort of like sparkling snow, but I didn't want to use the glitter. So all I did was I got the other, or that kind of dazzling diamonds looking one. And I just cut it as wide as my holder. And I just got a scissors and just kind of made like a little hilly snow thing there. And then I can go ahead and put this right on the bottom over here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I just love sparkly stuff, bling. Oh, it just adds so much. I just love it. Okay, like so. And then I thought, okay, I don't want to have to bother with all kinds of closures. So what happened was, I knew I wanted to use a penguin for this because I'm doing the igloo. And I saw that cute card that Kim Williams did for Cindy. The one, did you see the sparkling penguins, the 3 of them with the like tuxedos wearing the hat? And I just fell in love with it. So I thought, oh, okay, I have to make something like that. I mean, with using the sparkly glimmer paper. So I believe her, you can go look on her website, and it was Stamping with K-Joy Ink, and it was K-A-J-O-Y-I-N-K. And then she had some pictures of different things that she did with this. But so usually we would stamp it and then you run our thinlet through, right? Now this one, I'm just running the thinlet through, and we have like a shiny black penguin. Then what I did was I stamped one. I didn't really have to color the feet, but I cut around the white part. So I just cut out his body so that I can put that over here. Okay, so what I like to do though, you know, like how these, a lot of times when you're using glimmer paper or it's very rough, things like tape don't really adhere very well. So I like using like the or tumble, and I just kind of put a little bit here. Ooh, okay. 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 All right. So I'll add a little bit there. And you may have to let it sit just a little, but go ahead and add that on. So now he has a face and a body there. So I even did it with the hat. I went and cut out with the thinlet a little black top hat. I'm going to add a little bit of the glue up on the top here. Leave this here. And I pretty much let it sit on the side a little bit because it still is a little bit wet. It doesn't like dry immediately. Okay, there. And I cut the red glimmer paper to make a little bow tie, just to add a little bit of color instead of black, which would be formal, but I wanted to add some color. So I added, you know, off of the dimensionals, you can cut like the bottoms, yeah, you know, the parts that after you take off the dimensionals, but you have all this ends. This is a good way to use up the ends here. I just cut small pieces and attached it to my little bow tie. So now I have the little penguin like that. And so I just already have one that's made so that this can sit and dry off a little bit. Okay, and so now what I want to do though is with this one, rather than putting dimensionals on the bottom, because then now it's going to be lifted, so there'll be space in between. But I want him to hold my cover down. So all I want to do is, for this one, let's see, okay. I can put some of the glue here to let it hold. I don't believe that, let me just try this. The tear tape. Let me put some of this. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the feet. Okay. So just towards the bottom. Okay. I'm going to go a little higher so part of it is over the snow. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and put him on sort of in the middle, like so. And this part we'll cover like that. I'll go ahead, we have fresh sparkling snow and frosted cranberry for Christmas. So now that fits right there. This will go right in the back and tuck. And there you have your hand sanitizer for the new size. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now, tiny treat box. This is a really quick one because you know our tiny treat boxes that are like this and you can get them in a pack. I believe there's about 25 in them. Okay, so rather than making it into just a tiny small little square box, okay, what I thought was we can make it into like a little holder. So all I need to do is I am going to cut off both of the side flaps. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it at the, oops. Okay, cut these off. And cut this side off. Okay, so get rid of this. Okay, then with my designer series paper, what I did was I have some measurements here, and what I did was I cut 3 pieces, and don't be afraid of the measurements because this is like a 2x2 box, but I have this at 1 15/16. So it's like, what? But I didn't want to make it exactly 2 because sometimes when you put it on and then the edges are gonna, you know, touch, you don't have to exactly use it. Just move it just a little bit to the left, you know, of the 2, and that would be 1 15/16. Okay. So I have 3 of them because I'm gonna do front and the 2 sides, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this one straight. Don't bend it. Let's leave it straight. Okay, so that's like the backing of our favorite box. And when we're doing these closures, I like to do the one that looks like a U first, and then I close the 2 sides. Oops. Okay, and then I do this last one here. Do that, and then you should have a nice tight bottom there, like so. Okay, so you can go ahead, and all I did was to just quickly, I'm not going to worry really about I didn't want to have to worry about punching that little hole. We don't really need it, and I'll be covering it with a penguin anyway, so we don't really need that part. So I'm just to add a little bit of color, okay. And I just thought, oh, this one's cute because it looks like snow, so how perfect for that penguin. And just kind of putting it sort of in the middle. There'll be just a little bit of where you can see the box a little. So a little bit of a border. And actually, if you want to, you could make it a little smaller, like a, you know, if you wanted to, like an 1/8 smaller or some, instead, if you want to see some of the box, okay? Then this one, all I did was, I have it cut here, and you could, if you wanted to, round the corners with that great, corner rounder that we have. But I decided to just keep it rectangle, keep it simple. Okay, and I'll put one on the inside, and then what I'll do is I'll kind of make it go in the middle, like so, and then one on the back. Very quick, very fast. You can put little body lotions. Okay, I love candy, so I have a little bit of candy there I'm going to be putting on. Okay, so the back. If you wanted to, you could put like another little piece of cardstock, maybe very vanilla or something like that, if you wanted to put your to and from, or just stamp to and from before you stick it on here. Okay, and what I did was I got one of our the 4x6 bags that we have, and then I just added 2 candy inside. I just folded it over, tied it with a little bit of ribbon. Okay, this can just slip over here in the front, and I cut out like another penguin, but just cut out the Stampin, cut out the scarf, and then I'll go ahead. This one I'll probably make it so that he's a little bit higher, so I'll just put a little bit of dimensionals on the bottom here. So we'll go maybe 1, 2, maybe one more here. Oops. Okay. And just to make it pop out a little bit. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay. And there you have just a really quick favorite thing using our tiny treat box. Okay. let's see. Okay, flip top box. So this is one that what I did was I love this type of box where it has like kind of like a flip top like this. The one that I usually make, I actually it goes long like this, and part of it, you know, I have to like cut triangles and this and that and fold it all together. This time I thought, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna try it a little different this time, and I'm just using. I wanted to try and make it an easy way to do this. So I changed my pattern a little bit, and what I did was I have a 5.5 by 10.5 cardstock. Okay, then I am going to be scoring this, okay, like this. Okay, so score the long side, so long side here, and I have it at 1.5, 3, 6, and 7.5, which I have listed down here. Okay, and so this is great to use if you have to use a lot of them. I mean, make a lot of them, then to just have it already marked here, then you don't have to think, and just have it like this. Okay. Okay, so I have it going this way. Then on the short side, which I just flip over this way, we just go 1.5 on either side. I thought that's easier. Sometimes, you know, when you go 1.5 and then you give another measurement here, if somehow you cut it off a little bit, it makes a difference. And then the top, somehow, you know, you'll have to start trimming things away. So I thought, you know, if you just go 1.5 on both sides, then pretty much it should, you know, it should match. So we'll go 1.5 one side, and then just flip it over and do 1.5 the other side. Okay. Now, I wrote over here to go ahead and cut all the score lines, this side and this side. So on the long side, I'm gonna cut them just until I reach that horizontal one. Okay, these are just forming all of the sides. So you wanna cut. And just to make it easy so that, you know, we don't have to think, we just do all of these on both sides. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now, the part that has the two, you know, same size flaps here, that's gonna be my top, because that's gonna be the flip top over there, okay? So that's the cover of the box. Excuse me. Okay. And so what I want to do is I am going to fold everything. Usually when you're making boxes, you want to crease it well before, you know, you start taping everything together, so that you just get a nice, clean, crisp edges. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and do that on all the score lines. Okay. Okay, so we have that. So what I want to do now is I want to put my box part together. So that's this part here. I have two little sections here, and I want that to actually go inside the box. I like to tape it, because if I didn't and I put it together, those two little flaps, sometimes if you're putting something inside, it'll, you know, bend. And so what I like to do is, if I know I'm going to put it here, okay, at least add a little bit of your snail or a tape, and then I'm going to do this one first and just go ahead and tape it to the inside, both of them here, so that those will stay. Okay, so like that. And you see how sometimes when you're cutting it, even when you're cutting it, and you can cut it inside or outside of, you know, the score lines like that. If some of it is like jutting out or something like that, in this case, it's okay, because I'm going to cover it this way. Okay, so you can leave it like that. But if you need to have everything really exact, then you can trim a little bit off with the scissors over there, and then it'll be a little more tighter. So now that I have that one here, I'm gonna put this one here. I like to have the fronts having very finished corners, and so you don't see like the, you know, like if I did it this way, you see how you're gonna see these edges. So all I'm gonna do now is go ahead and let's take this down. Okay. So now this will form my bottom box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and do this. Okay, and I got my bottom already. Okay, so now this part, okay, normally I would have it where you'd have to cut everything, but what you can do to make it easier is put this down and this is gonna be down, so that's gonna be my flap, okay? I want this part to be my nice finished side, so this part is gonna go down first and this will get taped to it like this, right? So what I wanna do is, what I can do is I can go ahead and put my tape. And you know, for this one, right now I'm kind of going on like the whole thing, because I'll show you what you can do. You can either push this down, okay, and pull it tight. I like to have it on here when I'm doing it so that I know it's fitting well, okay, like so. You can just leave it like that. And then you can use, you know, a square, you know, DSP on both sides, and then you have a box like this. But if you want to make it just a little fancier, what you can do is, if you want to make it like a triangle, all I have to do is just cut across here, and that's why I taped it all the way. Okay. You can just cut it that way, and cut it this way, just from corner to corner. And then you have like a one that's a little bit more like finished, like a flip top. Okay. Then for your paper, you can cut, and I have the dimensions on there. We'll cut 2 so we can do the top and the bottom. And we can just use 1. Oh, wow, that was loud. Sorry. 1. Trim it to like triangle. Okay, then you can put 1 on the top, add some color, 1 on the front. Okay, and then do your triangles. So like I said, if you want to leave it square, you can just cut 2 squares. But if not, then we can use 1 square here, add that, and 1 here. I'm kind of adding tape, you know, all the way to the edges. And this one, like so. Okay, and to just decorate it really quickly, I stamped a little saying, and then I just have it, I cut it out with my oval punch, and just add it into my scallop oval. And I will just use dimensionals, okay, like that. And if you just want to add a little bling, you can add a little bit of sparkle by adding a little bit of rhinestones on either side. Even just a little, it just kind of jazzes it up a little bit. Okay. And okay. There we go. And you can add any tiny little candies or whatever, and there you have your little flip top box. Okay. Okay. One thing I do need to mention is on those papers that I gave you that have the dimensions on it, I was reading it, and after I already ran everything off, and then this morning I'm looking at it, you need to, if you have a pen with you there, on the flip top box where it says flip top box number 4, where it says top and front, I put 2 pieces at 2 7/16. But you need to know what the other side is. So it's 2 7/16 by 1 7/16. So again, don't be afraid of the fraction. All it is just a tiny bit to the left of, 2.5 and 1.5 actually. Okay, so if you could just add that. And then for the sides, it's just a 1 7/16 inch square. Okay, so as long as you know it's 1 7/16 16th inch square, and just add that 1 by 7/16. That's great. Okay. Okay. I just have one more thing I'll be showing you, and this is like one of the making and takes that you are going to be doing today. Okay, so let me just show you. We are going to be doing, actually this is like 3 in 1. We are actually going to be doing 3 different cards, and then they will be getting put into a package. Okay. The cards that we will be doing, it's really good because then we're using the DSP and same stamp, and I just love this reindeer clip. So it's the exact same thing. We do it all the same way. It's just we're changing the different colors and the designs. Okay. So what's really nice is that your core team actually went and cut all of them for you already. So actually, when you get your packet, it actually has the cut already cut for you, but I just wanted to show you really quickly so that you would know when you have to do it at home how you would do it. Okay, but thank you so much for the team for, you know, doing all of this for everybody. Okay, so just to show you, let's do this. I love that deer. This deer is so cute. So I'll go ahead and demo this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and fold it in half so it becomes like it's a greeting card. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to use my paper trimmer here. Okay. So what we want to do is, the simplest way to do it would be if I hold it open like a greeting card like so, okay, match this left edge to 3 inches, okay, and then I'm actually going to be cutting from, if you look over here, there's like a ruler here. So we go from 5/8, I'm sorry, I need to stand up here a little bit. I'm going to go from 5/8 and I'm going to go down to 3. So 5/8, I put that little notch over there and I go down to 3 inches and I stop right there. Okay, then if you get your card, flip it and go to the right, then all I have to do is again go to 3 inches, measure this down to 5/8 of an inch, and just go down to the 3, and then you have your cut right there. Okay, so all you have to remember is 5/8 and 3. So, and then just remember, if you do the first one, make it like a greeting card, do your cut, flip it, and go to the right, and then you do the exact same cut. Okay, then you just need to do the same measurements. Okay, now what's fun about this one is that once I have this here, we call it like a fold corner, because all you're gonna do is flip this over like so, and try to make sure that this part here is lined up, you know, parallel to the bottom. And then all you have to do is this, okay? I like to have this, instead of taping it down, I like to use a dimensional so that it looks a little more 3D. So once you have it flipped, this corner here, just add a little dimensional here so that this part will stay up like so. And they have everything cut for you in here. So actually we have like so, okay? We have the black and then the DSP. They have the red already punched out for you. And all you need to do is with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, there's like a deer on one side of the DSP, and there's all different ones. And then so just look for one where, you know, there's some different ones, like this one has a ribbon or whatever. Look for one of these, and then you have rhinestones that you can color the nose red and then add it on here so it looks like Rudolph. And then after that, everything will be layering. You would stamp the corner here, go ahead and mount this on your red circle. You can add dimensionals to put it onto your square there, okay? Once you have all of them put together because you're going to do it exactly the same way for all 3 cards. We have our packages that have like the dots, you know, the dots on here. So it's like a patterned card gift bag. And we have the three different cards. We've actually added some envelopes in your packet too, but because you know they're a little bit thick, when you put all 3 and you try to put the envelopes in, it gets really tight. So for now, you can just put the envelopes in here. I mean, the gift cards in here. And then when you want to use it, you can use the envelopes. Fold it over. We have a red piece like this. Don't score it or anything yet. You want to stamp your stamp, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Then go ahead and right above that, go ahead. So it's not going to be in half because this is a little bit bigger. Then just put that there, and you have your cute little reindeer clip that will go like so. Okay, and that is your 3-in-1 card kit that we're going to be doing today. Okay, for when we do our make and takes. Okay, so thank you so much for having me come up here and have fun today. Thank you so much.